So
Coach Shed's got a dip. So let's go ahead and talk about Smooth. Let's go ahead and talk about the Chiefs. Coach,
send me the link so I can upload because it's going to do that same thing.
Yeah. All right.
Y'all be easy.
Yep. Smooth. Let's talk about the.
If it was last year, I wouldn't be surprised.
The Chiefs losing to the Colts, man.
I'm on your head.
What are your thoughts on that?
What's up with your team, bro? I mean, I didn't watch it. If it was last year, because the Colts are actually a pretty decent team. They got washed. Yeah, they got washed Matt Ryan, bro, and they lost.
If it was last year,
one of their better receivers in Pascal. Jonathan Taylor.
Are you saying that because they suck? Yeah,
what he did last year. But I didn't personally watch the game, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if they were just playing down to the competition. So, yeah, what happened?
I can tell you what happened. So what happened is, I think one, they played down to the competition, and two, like they obviously, I don't know if you know, Harrison Buckner, their kicker, got injured, got hurt, and he hasn't been able to play. So they had a backup kicker in. They were in within 40 yards, and he missed 2 field goals. And then also Travis Kelce did drop a pass as well that would have put them up 14-13. Sorry, 24-13. So, in my opinion, this just drop passes and the kicker, so it's not really that big of an issue. My real question: are you more worried about them losing to the Colts, or more worried about the Jaguars beating the Chargers?
That's bad. I really have no words for it, bro. Like that's just bad, bro. Like I really don't like. I picked the Chargers to be the front runner of the AFC West. So for them to lay an egg against the Jaguars is just kind of unspeakable. I know Trevor Lawrence been playing pretty well. I know you said Urban Meyer been holding it back. Young team building. Hungry, but still, the Chargers have every single piece to the puzzle to be winning the AFC, if not finishing at one of the top seeds. And right now, they're struggling with teams like the Jaguars. Didn't they just lose to the Chiefs last week? I mean, but that's more that's more reasonable. Trevor, what they put up? 7 points? 10 points?
Chiefs.
They put up. And on what? I was gonna say, I know he got Keenan Allen right now, but
the score was.
It's not, because he also had
that defense. That's way too many points.
About 40-something pass attempts, bro. 45 pass attempts and only put up 10 points.
That's not an excuse enough. Yeah.
They got that. They got they got Mike Williams still. They got Austin Eckler. They got number 1
45.
Who's been making plays. The Jags, that defense isn't better than any of the 2 previous teams that they played.
Joshua Palmer.
They played the Commanders the first week. No, I'm talking about the Jaguars played it. Who did play the first week? Who did? The Chargers played who the first week?
Yeah.
They played Raiders. The Raiders are pretty good
Chargers
defense.
play?
All in all, the Jaguars
I don't know who they played the first week. I'll get an answer for you.
Of the 3 teams, the Jaguars are the worst team. So
they play the Raiders.
Struggle with them. I'm how you are looking at Devontae Adams and Derek Carr. I have the same reaction. That's unacceptable. So they better pick it up, or else they're gonna find themselves sitting at home come playoff time.
Yeah, I think this defensive line is not doing what they did week 1 versus against everybody else. I don't know if the Raiders O-line is that bad or they're just overrated and the Raiders O-line was that bad. So they have to do a lot better. The AFC West in general looks like the Chiefs obviously they beat the Chargers. That's going to be a close game. But again, I think the Chiefs could have won this if they just had Harrison Buckner. They would have won this game a lot easier. Yeah. Instead of losing. Believe me, losing a close one versus a team with your kicker not being available is a little bit more acceptable than getting blown out by 28 points at home against the Jaguars. But let's continue with this division. The Raiders are 0-3. What are your thoughts on that? My thoughts is I always said Josh McDaniels was not a good coach. When I saw him doing the Broncos, he was not a good coach, and I don't think he should ever been hired again. When the Colts were fighting over him, I didn't understand it. Brady made Josh McDaniels who he was because when he went anywhere else, he sucked. So I'm not surprised. I picked him to make the playoffs and not finish last, but now I'm not surprised at them being bad.
They shouldn't have lost.
So what are your thoughts?
They should at least be 1-2
Raiders
right
and
now,
where they stand right now.
I said that last week. However,
and they should have
I did have the Cardinals.
They should be 2-1.
I did have
they
the Cardinals.
Never lose to the Cardinals and this team.
A little bit better than what most people did because of what they did last year. So them losing to the Cardinals wasn't, I wasn't about to just pull my hair off from that because you got Kyler Murray. He's a good player, and I genuinely don't think that the Cardinals have a terrible defense. They haven't even been. They got beat on by the Chiefs, but like I said, we just had that conversation. The Chiefs just like any given Sunday type of thing. But the Cardinals don't have a bad defense. In the past couple of weeks, they haven't been giving up too many points. Even in this past loss, the Cardinals haven't, really given up a lot of points. So the fact that they lost to the Titans, bro, is just very I'm raising my eyebrows because this is another team that I had finishing top. I had the Chargers, followed by the Raiders. Then I think I had the Broncos. I was trolling. I know the Chiefs is going to definitely finish top 3 in that division, if not one. But I definitely had the Chargers, Raiders as the top 2 teams in that division. And it's a little concerning that they're 0-3. They haven't won yet. I'm looking at Derek Carr's passing stats, 44 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 26 completions. Devontae Adams, 36 yards, bro. That's unacceptable, bro. Darren Waller, who we consider one of the better tight ends in the league, if not top 5, didn't play too well. He has all the weapons to be, 3-0. Like, he has all the weapons to be 3-0, and the fact that he's just doing – and I don't know if it's just solely on Derek Carr, but you got to play better. You really do got to play better. You got arguably the number 1 receiver in the league, and other than that Chargers performance, they haven't really been living up to the expectation that we all have expected. So last year, I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans beat the Raiders because the Titans was a pretty good team last year. But this year, this is
correct.
It's a lot of eyebrow raises going around in the league right now, and it's kind of concerning because a lot of my takes was, in favor of these teams.
Yeah, man, I have to agree, man. Obviously, we know the Raiders. You said they're a really pretty good defense, but in reality, their defense is not that good. But in reality, their offense should be an elite offense with the weapons that they have around them. We know their offensive line isn't the greatest, but when you have those weapons should mask that offensive line in a sense, So that is probably the concerning thing is Derek Carr is playing bad and Devontae Adams is not living up to where he's supposed to be. Neither is Hunter Renfrow and neither is Darren Waller. So no one on that team is looking impressive at all. We heard that they looked really good in training camp. Well, now we're in a regular season and they're not looking good at all. Not really good. They're just not looking good at all. They're looking very average. So the Raiders need to find a way to turn things around.
Do you think he's an overrated
Daniels is a problem. I think
coach
he's a
or
very
overrated
coach, and I think he's a fraud, in my opinion. And I was surprised he actually.
Yeah, I can see that.
Overrated.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not want Josh McDaniels to go to another team. And
Bill Belichick. Let me see. Bill Belichick.
Thought that he would. Like I'm low key,
so
happy that he's not succeeding because he should have never left us. Honestly, there's no reason.
So while we're staying in NFC, the next team we have to talk is the Denver Broncos. Although they won due to a Jimmy G mishap, let me just give you guys what Russell Wilson's stat line is right now. He has a 59.4 completion percentage, 743 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. And he's played teams like the Seahawks, Texans, and 49ers.
He's 2-1, bro.
So he hasn't played any elite team yet.
He's a winner.
What are your thoughts on the Russell Wilson?
He's a winner. I actually had the 49ers winning this game, bro.
Yeah, that's his touchdown to interception ratio.
He's stepping out of bounds.
That's what it is.
I might have to retract my statements because last week I was kind of
Jimmy G messed that up by stepping out of bounds.
I keep saying Russell Wilson, saying that he's been consistent throughout his years. I know you've been saying he does the same thing every season. He balls for the first half, for the second half, and then slumps it up. So his numbers are kind of skewed or kind of, But right now, yeah, I don't. But although on the same in the same breath, I can say, bro, like, if Cortland Sutton's his number one receiver, and you know how I feel about that dude. I can't sit up here and say, like, it's Russell Wilson's fault. He's still adjusting. He's been in the league for years. However, he has a new receiving core. He doesn't really have, in my opinion, any playmakers. It's a great game. Who's throwing the ball to him? You gotta give it to Russell Wilson if you're gonna give it to.
8 catches, 97 yards.
That's what he did this past week.
He was a Pro Bowler with Drew Lock. So I'm saying that.
Bro, did not say stop mentioning Pro Bowl, bro. Pro Bowl.
That's what he did this past week was Cortland stats. But I'm saying, he's a good receiver. He was a Pro Bowler with Drew Lock.
Russell Wilson.
All right, bro.
You gonna have to start doing something, man.
He's hurt.
If you're watching this, you definitely gonna have to start doing something because I've been trying to vouch for you to put up 11, not even 11 points, bro. To put up 9 points, get 9 points on the board. That's just unacceptable. You 2-1. And you might blame. Well, I might blame it on you not having a receiver. You're still a veteran quarterback. You do a lot of extra stuff outside of football. So, to perform the way you've been performing is not impressive at all. I don't want to call you washed just yet, but you slowly get into that word. So if you can't bounce back, then I might have to, call in an early retirement for you. But you too. I got to, bro, because we was talking about it. Like, he's been wishy-washy throughout the years.
Yeah, that's crazy. You going that far?
Seattle. I always say he never really had receivers, but y'all say he had, the Legion of Boom carrying him. He had Marshawn Lynch carrying him. So this is his time to prove himself. Being able to take a Broncos team in that division to the playoffs. Maybe I give him some credit, but the way he's been playing in the past 3 weeks is not, I'm not impressed at all. Yeah, so.
Impressed at all. Yeah, I had the Broncos not making playoffs and had them finishing last. It's doing what exactly did. Although I did not think Russell Wilson would play this bad. In my opinion, he's playing this bad. They should really be 1-2 right now. And the Texans did have a chance to win that game last week, so you could potentially say they should be 0-3. Russell Wilson did not play good. He has not been playing good at all this season. We played 3 weeks and only thrown 2 touchdowns. That's really bad. He has the same amount of touchdowns thrown as Mitch Trubisky. I think Mitch might have more, honestly. But yeah, so that's not good. And they literally had 5
10
points
to 11. That's so ugly.
They had 2 points spotted to them. Bro. So this game should really been a 10-10 game. Can't even get the 2-point conversion. So yeah, man, it's terrible. Disgusting score. But yeah, man, the Broncos are not looking good. Now, my final question to you is:
wrong, bro.
Were we wrong about the AFC West being the most competitive, the best division in football this year?
Have to be,
or is that too early to say right now?
Between the AFC East and the NFC East. Those are the two divisions that I think, that people will talk about the most throughout the year. The Raiders are 0-3. We're not really high on Russell Wilson right now because he ain't doing nothing. The Chargers literally just lost to the Jaguars, which is unexpected. They aren't living up to the expectation that we set for them at the beginning of the year. We were so high on them. Most of them, I think that division right now should be at least 3-0. Like 2 to 3 of the teams should be 3-0, and none of them are. So I think the AFC East is very competitive, and I think that the NFC East is very competitive. They got the Cowboys, who only lost to the Bucks, and I think they're going to get a win tonight. They play the Giants, but this is going whoever they play at the Giants. Oh, you have the Giants winning? Okay, I actually have Dallas winning.
I have the Giants actually.
I've said it before. The NFC East
I think it's at the Giants.
Probably one of the most competitive.
Yeah, it's because it's in New York. That's
divisions in the NFL. You never know who's going to win that division. But now they're really showing it. I think they've done their time. That's one way to put it. But the Cowboys have been looking pretty good, especially on defense.
Well, typically, they're all just shit. So it's
what's his name? The quarterback, Cooper Rush. Can Cooper Rush do it again? That's the question. And it'll be a test tonight. But maybe not because I'm not too fond on the Giants defense either. The Eagles look good. The Commanders. And yeah, I just think that division, along with the AFC East, we see what the Dolphins are doing. You just said the Patriots are a lot more competitive than we thought. The Bills are definitely going to be in conversation. Even the Jets is looking pretty decent. The Jets might rule some homecomings this year. So I think right now those are the two divisions that I think we need to turn our attention to and focus a little bit more on. Because AFC West ain't doing too much.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think AFC East is probably going to be the most competitive. Just with the Dolphins and Bills going down, that's probably going to be considered the best one. Patriots are still going to find a way to mix himself in there. I still believe in the AFC North as well. AFC West, I think they're still going to finish around that top two best divisions in football. Honestly, for me, I think no division in NFC is going to be among the top divisions. I think both of them is going to have clear cut.
No, the Broncos scared me.
Vikings, Panthers, and Lions might make it interesting.
That's about
it. The Bears suck, and the Lions might go back to life. Yeah, they did. It definitely scared me too, man. I was like, but speaking of the